So I'm back in Goa after 4 sweltering months in Kolkata, and it looks like the monsoon here has been raging in full swing. But that doesn't stop us from planning a weekend in North Goa since we stay in the south for some Susegado style of relaxation. So hop on for a ride with us for the next few minutes. Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel, and right now I'm in South Goa and we plan to head out for North Goa in some time to spend our weekend. As you can see, it's raining quite heavily, so we might not be able to stick to all of our plans that we have lined up for the day, but if we do, well and good. In the course, we plan to explore some new restaurants, some new spots which we haven't explored before, and finally at the end of the day we'll be checking into a hostel and we'll see how the rest of the day unfolds. So now we'll be driving for about an hour. We are planning to go to Susegado Fort. That fort is not as popular as Aguada Fort, so that makes us naturally more curious to see how it is. It has pretty decent ratings on Google. Okay, so long ride ahead. It's time to play on some good music, right? For two. Done with the tickets. Thankfully, it looks like it hasn't rained here for a while. This is a replica of the fort made in wood, and this is where we are right now. Going around the fort will take you somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how long you spend at each spot, or should I say corner of this fort, because the view from most of the sides were very nice. Like at one side you could see the Resmagos church, lush jungles, and on the other side you must be mistaken that it's the sea, but that's just the Mandrem river that's opening out into the sea. That's the point that you get to view from up there, and I tell you, the view is so superb. I don't know if the video is doing much justice to it. So now we've come out of the fort. The time is 12:15 and it's time to head for our lunch, which is more of an exploratory thing than just a matter of filling up our tummies. We're entering north and we just cannot contain our excitement. But before that, we are going to Decathlon because we have some stuff to pick. We got caught in the rain and look at us now. Our shopping is done. We make sure we go to a place where we've never been before, but also make sure that it's a good place, so we are just trusting the good old reviews. So it had begun to rain pretty heavily around the time that we reached the restaurant in Sangolda called Kismur. We knew that we wanted to have a fish thali that was a non-negotiable, but we began with cocktails on an empty tummy, so we don't do cocktails on empty tummy. So we got a starter with it. We got the chicken Nashville tenders to go with the cocktails, and The chicken Nashville tenders were such a huge letdown. It was soggy as hell, and which explains why I have rated this place 3 out of 5. But aside from that, the chicken thali was really good, and the ambience just began to get better towards the later part of the day when it got darker outside because of the rain, and the light work inside that place lent this place such a dreamy, wonderful, nice look. I believe I was able to capture the vibe of that place then pretty much in this video. We have reached Anjana and now we're walking inside the hostel. It's very rainy and it's very windy. I can barely see any tourists, no crowd at all. Oh, this place looks so very deserted. After being outside the whole day, we decided to stay in for the night. We didn't go out anywhere because we had plans for the next day to wake up early and go to this secret kind of a spot that I had been wanting to go for so long. This is the view you wake up to. Incredibly nice. The beach. Wow. Would you like to see what I've got right behind me? There you go. I wish I could do this every day of my life. Getting to take a walk in this outlandishly beautiful place with the view of the sea, and also getting enough vitamin D while I'm doing so. Breathing the fresh air. The climb is getting steeper. It's almost like a mini trek. I hope it doesn't begin to rain. We're now descending from here because it looks like it's about to rain. The sky's colors have changed and we are now getting off. Now we'll be going back to our hostel and probably we'll be checking out. Come to the beach for a morning walk and we've come in through the entrance that once used to be Curly's entrance, and let me show you how this place looks like now. This is where Curly's used to stand. Okay, just forget that. Look at the view. So we've just checked out of our hotel and now we're going to get our brunch, and after that we'll be checking into our next hotel, which is in Mandrem. For now we are yet to decide which place to go to for our brunch. We just got done with our brunch at South Goa and the experience was not good. I don't know if we should be believing in reviews on Zomato or Google, because that place had really had good reviews on Zomato, but the food there was terrible. Anyway, now we are headed to Jaws, our classic in Vagator, for some good tea because the tea that we had here was bad. at your own risk. Okay. We have finally made it to our resort. It is a basic wooden cottage, but one good thing about this room is that you could have faced the sea if this plastic sheet wasn't all over the balcony, but that is because of the rains. Now let me give you a small mandatory room tour. This is the bathroom. Not quite big, but there's the shower area and it looks quite clean, and that is more than enough for me. Some cute wall hangings and okay, the usual water, coffee, tea. This is the balcony. Looks a little narrow. It is indeed a little narrow, but that is okay because you get quite a good view if you go and perch yourself at one of the sides that is here. Now we're going to freshen up a little and then maybe take a nap. But what I really want to do is go out into the property, take more pictures because we are here for just one night, and this time tomorrow we'll be away from here. So as long as there's daylight, I want to actually go out and explore this place more and like dip into the pool, but I don't know what to do because we are dead tired. We've decided to go to the pool. Hey, pool spotted. It's a pretty place, but this area somehow looks unoperational and like it hasn't been used in a long time, which is quite sad because this particular section of the resort has a lot of potential to add to the whole chill factor that this resort could have had. So we're just waiting for them to turn on the filtration at the pool. Ouch. And until then I cannot get into the pool. It looks placid in a weird way. All of that vibration makes the pool look like it's a living piece of water, and that is what makes so much of a difference. So we have come back to our room after our swimming session in the pool, and we just plan to have a small party inside our room before we head out for our dinner tonight. And I'll show you what the other side of our room looks like right now. Seriously. So we've gotten ready, as you can see, for the night. Not like we're up to anything so exciting. So either way, it's about 30 to 40 minutes of drive from Mandrem, and it's already gotten quite late. It has started to rain again, but thankfully it's not that heavy. So we have come back to Anjuna to have our dinner in this place, newly opened place called Roboto. It's an Asian restaurant, and I'm going to give you my honest review about it, first impressions sort of a thing. Roboto looks nice as we enter, and as we go in through the bar area, we notice that it's empty, but the main hall is like about 50% occupied. We felt we ate a little too much, but the portion sizes were lean, so that doesn't get us too bloated from trying out too many dishes. Of pork ramen, that is rice with mush. We just drove through the very pretty roads of Pilerne and we have reached Museum of Goa now. If you are a lover of art and you are in Goa even for just a few days, Museum of Goa should be in your list of go-to places. We were charged 300 rupees per head at the entrance and it felt a tad bit much back then, but on entering and going around its 3 levels of display, you would feel that the experience is close to being priceless with all these interesting art pieces on all sides of you and every corner, so much so that you would want to stop and stare at every step, taking the brilliance of some of the artworks and also the installations that were there. The works that are on display here are by the founder of the place himself, who is also an artist, Sumut Kirkar, and a few other Goan artists. Just when we had thought we had explored the place, our eyes fell on this huge installation outside, which was set amidst a garden with plenty of other weird and interesting pieces all around. After all of this, we found out that we had spent close to 2 hours inside.
They're taking you for a ride. I decided to wipe them off over and over again.
At the end, we sat for this 15-minute screening of this documentary about the founder of the place himself.
For 2 hours. We've hardly missed a day. And those walks were actually...
There are also shops on the way out where you can buy gifts, stuff for yourself. In this one shop, there are items ranging from postcards to books and scented candles, and there are these comic books by Mario Miranda. If you don't know who he is, you sure must have seen his art or art inspired by his art, restaurant walls, his murals on the streets and all of that around Goa. So guys, this is our second day in North Goa and we are checking out of here now, which means it's also time to end the video. So thank you so much for watching until the end, if you have, that is, and still thanks for clicking on the video. A big thanks to all of my recent subscribers, and yeah, I'll see you soon in my next video then. Take care, bye.